Hello, and welcome to Accreditation Unlocked, the podcast where we decode the world of accreditation, compliance, and continuous improvement in higher education. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Clough, and I'm so glad you're tuning in. This episode is a little different. I'm not diving into policies or standards or best practices, at least not directly. Instead, I want to take a moment to tell you a story. It's a story about why I created the Accreditation Collaborative and what I've learned after nearly 4 decades working in higher education, accreditation, and institutional leadership. You see, accreditation can be a mystery to those who haven't lived it. It's not something they teach in graduate school. There's no textbook that walks you through it in a way that prepares you for the reality of it. In fact, most of us learn about accreditation the hard way, under pressure, with deadlines looming, and often while trying to balance 100 other responsibilities. So today, I want to pull back the curtain and share the why behind the Accreditation Collaborative. Because after years of watching institutions struggle unnecessarily, I realized there has to be a better way. A lifetime in higher education. My journey in higher education spans 39 years, and in that time, I've worn a lot of hats. I've served as a faculty member, a vice president, a chief of staff, a chief academic officer, and more. I've had the opportunity to lead strategic planning initiatives, oversee institutional effectiveness, coordinate federal compliance efforts, and manage the complexities of student learning assessments. I've helped institutions respond to federal financial aid audits and prepare for and recover from regulatory scrutiny. I earned my PhD in strategic planning and leadership because I believe that intentional, mission-driven planning is at the core of every successful institution. And while that foundation has served me well, I quickly realized that no amount of education alone prepares you for the intricacies of accreditation. The learning comes through the doing, through real-world experience. And for me, that experience came fast. Over the years, I've worked with regional and programmatic accreditors, led countless self-study reports, hosted evaluation teams, and even served on visiting teams as an accreditation evaluator myself. I sat on advisory boards and committees, led campus-wide training sessions, and helped write the policies and processes that keep institutions in good standing. What I saw again and again was that accreditation isn't just about compliance. It's about mission, integrity, and continuous improvement. But it's also complicated and often misunderstood. The school of hard knocks. Here's the thing. Accreditation is one of the most important functions in higher education, but there's nowhere to really learn it. There are no accreditation boot camps, no formal onboarding for new employees, no step-by-step guides for how to navigate the process from start to finish. You learn by doing, and sometimes by making mistakes. This reality creates a major gap, especially for new administrators, faculty, and staff who suddenly find themselves in charge of writing self-studies, gathering documentation, or preparing for site visits. The learning curve is steep, and the consequences of getting it wrong can be significant, ranging from recommendations and follow-up reports to loss of accreditation, financial aid eligibility, or even institutional closure. And it's not just the newcomers who struggle. Even seasoned professionals can find themselves overwhelmed by changing standards, evolving expectations, or the internal politics that can complicate collaboration and decision-making. Add in high staff turnover, inconsistent documentation, and limited institutional memory, and it's no wonder so many colleges feel like they're constantly playing catch-up. Over the years, I've worked with institution after institution that wanted to do things right. They were committed to quality. They cared about students. They wanted to meet the standards, but they just didn't know how. That's when it hit me. It's not a lack of will, it's a lack of accessible support. Why I founded the Accreditation Collaborative. That realization became the spark for the Accreditation Collaborative. I founded this organization because I wanted to offer what I never had when I was first learning about accreditation: a trusted resource, a partner in the process, and a place where people could get clear, actionable guidance without having to reinvent the wheel. The Accreditation Collaborative is built on the belief that accreditation should be a learning opportunity, not a punishment, that institutions can build strong systems of accountability and improvement without burning out their teams, that support should be proactive, practical, and grounded in real-world experience. We offer consulting, training, and professional development, all tailored to the unique needs of each institution. Whether you need help building a culture of assessment, preparing for a site visit, developing documentation processes, or responding to recommendations, we're here to help. And we do it without jargon or judgment, just clear guidance and collaborative solutions. The Accreditation Collaborative isn't just about checking boxes. It's about empowering institutions to thrive through the accreditation process and beyond. A new way forward. At the end of the day, accreditation isn't going anywhere. If anything, it's becoming more complex, more frequent, and deeply tied to student outcomes, funding, and public accountability. Institutions need partners who understand that complexity. It can help translate it into manageable, mission-driven action. So whether you're a new academic dean staring down your first self-study, a compliance officer wondering how to get your campus in sync, or a president looking for strategic guidance, I want you to know you don't have to do this alone. The Accreditation Collaborative is here to support you, your institution, and your mission. This podcast, Accreditation Unlocked, is just one of the many ways we're opening up the conversation and providing resources that actually make a difference. Because accreditation should be a tool for growth, not a source of fear. A team built on trust and experience. One of the things I'm most proud of when it comes to the Accreditation Collaborative is that it's not just about me, it's about the team. Over the years, I've had the privilege of working with some of the most talented, dedicated, and knowledgeable professionals in higher education. People I've met through accreditation visits, board service, conferences, and consulting projects. These are colleagues I've come to know, trust, and deeply respect. They're experts in their fields, leaders in academic affairs, student services, regulatory compliance, program assessment, institutional research, financial aid, and more. Many of them have served as accreditation evaluators themselves. Others have led their institutions through successful reaffirmations, substantive change proposals, and federal reviews. They understand the pressure and the nuance because they have lived it too. And together, we've built something special. The Accreditation Collaborative is exactly what the name suggests, a collaborative. It's a network of experienced professionals who bring together a range of perspective and skills to the table. When you work with us, you're not getting a single viewpoint. You're getting the collaborative wisdom of a team that understands what it takes to succeed in today's higher education landscape. Whether your institution needs help with academic program development, compliance documentation, strategic planning, or developing a meaningful system of assessment, there's someone on our team who's been there, can help guide you through it. And because we work collaboratively, we can tailor our support to meet the specific needs and culture of your institution. In a field where so much depends on getting it right, it helps to have people in your corner who not only know the standards, but also know how to apply them with integrity, creativity, and care. That's what our team brings to the table. At the end of the day, we're here to help you succeed, not just with accreditation, but with building a stronger, more sustainable institution. Thank you for joining me today and letting me share the story behind the Accreditation Collaborative. If you're navigating accreditation at your institution, or if you simply want to understand it better, you're in the right place. We're building a community of professionals who care about doing this work well and supporting each other along the way. If you found this episode helpful, I hope you subscribe and share it with your colleagues. And if your institution could use expert guidance, visit us at accreditationcollaborative.com to learn more about our services, workshops, and resources. Until next time, I'm Dr. Ken Clough, and this has been Accreditation Unlocked, helping you move from confusion to confidence, one standard at a time.